is up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C, and welcome to the Tasha C Show. Shout out to my YouTube and podcast fans, virtual hugs and loves, bam bam, positive vibes, blessings, and all that good stuff. And also, shout out to my future YouTube and or podcast fans, even though I strongly highly recommend if you want to join both. My YouTube channel name is Tasha C TV. Virtual hugs and love, bam bam, positive vibes, and all this good stuff. Sorry, y'all, if I feel a little bit stuffy, but I think because of the weather and everything, even though I haven't been out since Monday, some, bronchitis and my asthma, even though my bronchitis is chronic, is, of course, slowly trying to find a reason to try to bother me. So, if I possibly sneeze or have to, got a napkin just because I had to blow my nose, whatever, and, it's slowly been bothering me and stuff. But today's gonna be a bittersweet day, y'all. I'll have the more positive story towards the end. Today I wanted to start with, which I didn't find out till yesterday by following Forest Rocks. Now, which her YouTube channel is Forest Rocks on Instagram, and I also follow her on Twitter and Instagram. Besides, of course, following her YouTube channel. And besides her, one of the first people when I started subscribing and following YouTube was a duel. And I forgot the name of the website because they're probably not there anymore. But they actually had, I don't know to say, a comic reenactment of their version of a Precious scene when Monique and Gabrielle, I hope I'm saying her name right, and she's going off of the stairs you took my man, and Mikhail's playing the role of Babara, and Skorpion is playing the role of Precious, doing the Cabbage Patch, doing the Run Man, and all this other stuff, and just reenactment. And I went to their channel, and they talk about celebrity, entertainment, what's going on in the world, whatever, and commentary, but I always liked the commentary, so I've been following ever since, like I said, when Precious the movie just came out, okay, but unfortunately, like I said, it was originally, I think, Kelvin, he's a Skorpion and Mikhail show. So it's called a Skorpion show if y'all looking on YouTube, y'all. And through the years, one of the makers, besides, I know sometimes, I don't know, I haven't honestly been watching consistently that much lately. But I didn't know, and throughout the years, one of the main guests and one of the sparring guests was Mama Skorpion. Also Governor Miss Barbara, I think her name Governor Barbara Smith, when she passed away, which was yesterday, because she was dealing with, unfortunately, it was the complications of the Rona. She was in the hospital, but we were in her prayers, was asked for prayers. We were going to get through this, and it turned out Kelvin ended up saying both on his Twitter and on his Instagram, and this is because once I seen that Forest Rocks was I feel sorry for Kelvin. I was like, oh no. And when I went to his Instagram, he did announce that his mother is gone and resting eternally. Is now an angel in heaven. And it's just so sad because I remember when she used to give advice or sometimes be featured on the Skorpion show, and she was just this chilled person who would give her motherly hugs and loves, advice to people, and just you could see where Kelvin got, some of his personality of being a people person, trying to help people, and indirectly just naturally able, quote, quote, not to entertain people, but can attract people in terms of an audience because of just being her. And it just so says, I can send my condolences, virtual hugs and loves. Please send your prayers for Kelvin and his family right now with this going on. It's just sad. And it was already sad, I think a month or a couple months ago. I remember I told you about Alonzo. Look, I think his last name Lazo Rizzo, but he's kind of caught up there on YouTube as far as too many subscribers. And his mom sometimes used to be in the skits too. And she, I don't know if she ever had advice videos, but she'd be in skits where I didn't be on the show. She was a bubbly personality too, and she passed away either last month or not too long ago as well. So, because Alonzo's known for like the last couple years, like he'll have like a bunch of like usually talk about different memes about get a dictionary about people can't spell. It's just so it's so sad because his mother, like I said, used to be quite a bit where I remember who she was. Okay, I mean as far as in being in the video, so it's just so sad, y'all. In this time, and also it just keep your prayers now. I mean. I think with Alonzo's mother, I don't know when she passed away. It was just so sad that I couldn't even watch the video of him crying. But I found on Instagram that his mother, has been carrying on and going to glory as well. But I don't know if she passed from corona complications as well or other things. But just like I said, keep them in your prayers. I mean, their families in their prayers, y'all, because that is a lot. And I also, before I begin, like, the main topic, I wanted to talk about another injustice to someone who was murdered just going to sleep, being in their home. And again, we need to speak her name, which is Breonna, I hope I'm saying that, Taylor. And I wanted to talk of ABC News before we get into what we were scheduled today. Well, just give me a second. Now, this is from abcnews.go.com, and this was May the 13th, which is today, 2020, 4:55 p.m. Eastern Time, okay, when this article was uploaded, which was actually, 9-minute read. Oh, that's the estimate. Okay, I'm trying to be careful that I don't click on a media link. Breonna Taylor, Kentucky MTV, allegedly killed by police executing using search warrant. The person police were looking for was already in custody, the lawsuit says. Now, honestly, y'all, I heard about this story on Instagram a couple times, but after the Ahmaud and the other young man, Sean, as well, and I haven't heard anything about the Sean story. Hopefully, it's an investigation about that. I seen somebody I was like, oh my gosh, this is too much. So, here's, like I said, here's what I'm about to get into to read the article by Sabina Gerbri and Christina Carrera. Okay. It has been 2 months since a 26-year-old frontline medical professional was gunned down her Louisville, Kentucky home by a police officer and her family, said they are just seeking justice. You say this is apparently the same thing with Ahmaud, where it's 2 months later, and there's no... Breonna Taylor and her boyfriend Kenneth Walker were sleeping inside their Springfield Drive apartment on March the 13th. Taylor worked for Louisville Metro Emergency Medical Services as a licensed MTD for 2 hospitals. Walker, 27, was about to begin his new position with the Postal Service. Around 12:30 a.m., 3 plainclothes police officers, quote, breached the front door and, quote, blindly opened fire into the apartment of a lawsuit filed by the Taylor's mother, Tamika Palmer. The officers identified as Louisville Metro, the police department, Sergeant Jonathan Manley, Officer Brent Henkins, and Miles Cosgrove, were attempted to execute a search warrant. Instead of execute, someone like attempted to just flat out murder folks. But okay, let me continue. Execute a search warrant for suspected drug trafficking, allegedly announced themselves before and after using a ram to break in the door, said Commander Tettleman with the Louisville Police Department Public Integrity, which is lacking of, as far as I'm concerned, unit at the time. As confirmed with multiple neighbors, the defendant officers did not knock on or identify themselves prior to entering Breonna's home, the lawsuit claims. Police said the key, no-knock entry to the apartment due to the nature of how these drug traffickers order, according to the arrest warrant obtained by ABC News. Taylor was accused of accepting UPS packages for an ex-boyfriend who police were investigating as an alleged drug trafficker and used her address according to the warrant. The lawsuit filed by Jefferson District Court on April 27 by attorneys Sam Edgar and Loretta Baker seek damages for battery, wrongful death, excessive force, negligence, and gross negligence. Cosgrove, Hangington, and Mabley are all at defendants. And of course, we all know what race it is. You can all guess. Okay, fucking. No, I'm not saying excuse me. This is just really disgusting. Walker had license to carry and kept arms and home protection, according to the lawsuit. Police said Walker allegedly opened fire after they opened the door. They exchanged fire. Manley was shot in the leg. More than 25 bullets hit the objects in the home's living room, dining room, kitchen, bathroom, hallway, both bedrooms, and Taylor and Walker's apartment into the adjunct home where a 5-year-old child and pregnant mother lived, the lawsuit alleges. August said in a video press conference on Wednesday that the LMPD has been giving conflict statements from the beginning of the investigation. Due to ongoing internal investigation into the situation, we're not able to provide a comment at this time. Wonder why, said Sergeant Lamont Washington with the Louisville Police Department in an email to ABC News on Wednesday. Louisville Police Department Chief Stevie Conrad said at a press conference after the shooting that none of the officers who worked with their accreditation wore a body camera. That's why I was only two. Where's the body camera? Excuse me, y'all. I don't go but this is motherfucking ridiculous. This is some bullshit. This should. Okay, Cosgrove, Hammers, and Manley were placed on pending administration reassignment, pending investigation. Taylor was shot at least 8 times and died, according to the lawsuit. Noted civil rights attorney Ben Crump has joined the Taylor family's legal team and said Palmer has been concerned about Taylor's being protected from the coronavirus and having proper personal protective equipment while at work. But it wasn't the coronavirus that killed Breonna Taylor. It was the police being reckless and irresponsible, shooting into a home from the outside and just playing the role of the power of God. Crump said during a video conference on Wednesday, they don't do this in other neighborhoods. We cannot allow to justify kill black people, black women. Our lives matter. Amen to that. Walker was arrested and charged with the attempted killing of murder of a police officer. Ain't this about a bitch? Ain't this called protect? He has no history of violence and no history of drug offenses, according to the lawsuits. They're going to have a hard time making charge against Walker Stick as the judge released him on his own recognizance, said Argar. Taylor's young sister also lives with the couple, was out of town at the time, according to the lawsuit. The individual that the officers were seeking was already apprehended by the LMPD earlier that morning at his own home, according to the lawsuit. Agar said Taylor was still friendly and she accepted packages for him at her house. The plaintiff raised his personal injury and wrongful death action in order to obtain damages resulting from the defendant's unlawful conduct, which directly and approximately caused the death of a young, beautiful human being who was also a frontline medical professional in this community, according to the lawsuit. Taylor Walker had any criminal history for drugs or violence, and no drugs were found in their home, the lawsuit read. Neighbors could describe Breonna and King as quiet and peaceful. Friends and family described her as loving and caring, the lawsuit read. Manley, who is the commanding officer in charge of executing the warrant on Taylor's home, has worked as a police officer since 2000. In 2000, they had a reported pay of $220,544. Don't forget the 44 cents, according to the public records. Request for comment from Manley was not immediately received. Cosgrove has worked as a police officer since May 2005. In 2007, reported pay of $76,992.62, according to public records. Attempts to reach Cosgrove for comment over the phone were unsuccessful. Jesus was working as a police officer since January 2003, and in 2018 had reported pay $110,068.10, according to public records. Request for comment from ACC was not immediately received. Request for comment from River City Fraternal Order Police was also not immediately received. So adjusted for Breonna Taylor. Say her name. This is, like I said, this is, again, heartbreaking and disgusting and disturbing. Okay, you can't jog, you can't go to sleep, you can't even read a bedtime story because this continues. Okay, let me get off this. Not to say I'm trying to get off the brush off. It's not happening. It's just making me sick to my stomach to keep reading this. Okay, and I pray that they find justice and not where people just slap it on the wrist or there's some loophole where they get away from this, because they need to be charged with murder. Be in jail, handicapped, be in jail behind the cell. Okay, with this mess. Okay. Now, before I go into the last two things, I did find the candle service that was talking about Jayla, the self-esteem queen, yesterday, which is, like I said, one of her main businesses. And just to tell you background, it's called lightthemood.com. Luxe candles, amazing prices. Light the Mood luxury candles with a cause. We are dedicated to making healing candles available as much as to as many people as possible. Our eco-friendly candles are made from survivors of child sex trafficking who are being modern trained to become entrepreneurs. Exclusive reviews of teen suicide survivor candles, which we donate for free. Healing candles with purest essential oils for holistic healers, therapists, doctors, and practitioners. For the cost, 100% of donations go to a California F1C3 nonprofit that mentors teens across America. In partnership with other organizations throughout the country, raise funds for other causes we believe in. So it's different, like Be Live collection, be free, different candles, Be Fulfilled, Light and Move. It pretty dope. So anyway, they have different candles on here, and like I said, also, I would just put it under where I talk about Jayla, Self-Esteem Queen, right under directly our website. I will have a link to this as well. Okay, and so, like I said, the candle service is called Light the Moon, and you can look at that as well. Like I said, the last story, before I get into the last thing what I was originally going to talk about today, I just want to say this is the 6th anniversary of the passing, which is May the 13th of the passing, even though he was my ex-boyfriend, God rest his soul, he passed away 6 years ago on this day. God rest your soul, Kev, you'll be truly be missed. I was supposed to think about some of the things he would say. Yippity. But I don't know we'll understand, but God rest his soul. He died, I think, at the age of 38 due to, I think it was liver failure. It just, like I said, it's just sad, but like I said, this is the day he went to his homegoing to be the glory with the Lord. So, yeah. But anyway, sorry y'all hearing that click, and that's a notification, but I just wanted to send, again, just say, not to say that goes, but just recognition. This is David's homecoming when he passed away. He was quite a unique character and silly whatever. And then what was more even interesting is he had the same birthday as my dad. Okay, and So, anyways, well, I'm about to get into, speaking of birthday, I would sing the song, but it's a copyright, but I'm just going to hum a couple words. That's it. I think that was less than 10 seconds, right? So, on BigR.com, this is also Stevie Wonder's birthday, y'all. The wonder of music, songwriter, producer, just phenomenal. I don't know if ever record stuff cheating on his life. Do they have a documentary or anything, y'all? But anyway, like I said, we're going to have his birthday. He is 70 years young, and we're going to sit here and read a little bit about his life at BigRugby.com. Okay, originally, Stevie Wonder is from another part of Michigan. He's from here. So, he was born in 1950. This was actually just updated yesterday. Maybe I need to revise it because they just said it was updated yesterday. Let me just roll it real quick. The original was January 19, 2018. Now, like I said, they have below information, and then we start. But anyway, let's get it. Stevie Wonder is an American musician and a former child prodigy who became one of the most creative musical figures of the 20th century with hits like My Cherie and More, You Are the Sunshine of My Life, and Stupid Decision. That's just a couple songs, but he got catalogs. Let's go. Who is Stevie Wonder? Stevie Wonder made his recording debut at age 11, becoming 1960's force to be reckoned with via charts like hits like Fingertips Part 2, I Was Made to Love Her, My Cherie and More. Over the next decade, Wonder had an array of number one songs on the pop and R&B charts, including Stupid Decision, You Are the Sunshine of My Life, and Higher Ground. He continued trial hits into 1980s, including I Just Called to Say I Love You and Part-Time Lover. Early life. Wonder was born Stephen Harvey Jokins on May the 3rd, 1950 in Saginaw, Michigan. I don't know why I mispronounced that name. I heard that before. Okay. He was born 6 weeks early with a renopathy of prematurity, an eye disorder which was exacerbated when he received too much oxygen in the incubator, leading to blindness. Oh, that's how that happened. Wonder showed an early gift for music, and at first with a church choir in Detroit, Michigan, where he and his family moved to when he was 4 years old, and later with a range of instruments, including harmonica, piano, drums, which he taught himself before the age of 10. Motown discovery. Wonder was just 11 years old when he was discovered by Ronnie White of the Motown band The Miracles. The audition followed with the Motown founder Berry Gordy Jr., who didn't hesitate to sign a young musician to a record deal. In 1962, the newly remained Stevie Wonder, working with Motown songwriter Clarence Paul, among others, released his debut jazz soul Little Stevie Wonder, an instrumental album that showed off the youngster's remarkable musicianship. The same year, also released tribute to Uncle Ray, where Wonder covered the songs of the soul icon Ray Charles. Wonder didn't develop a major audience with the Little Stevie Wonder 12-year-old genius, an album to record live. The self-edited single Fingertips Part 2 became Wonder's first number one song, reaching the top of both the R&B and pop charts. Hit songs and albums. Uptight, Everything's Alright. Rather than work on the rich Lord, it was the hard-working Wonder who would go on to study classical piano, push to improve his musicianship and songwriting capabilities. After dropping little from his stage name in the mid-1960s, he turned out the top 5 pop singles, Uptight, Everything's Alright, which reached number 1 R&B charts. For Once in My Life, Wonder scored 2 more number 1 R&B hits with the cover by Dill's Blowing in the Wind and the jubilant I Was Made to Love Her, with the latter reaching number 2 on the pop charts. The 1968 album For Once in My Life offered even more successful singles with the title song Shooby Doo Doo Da Day and You Met Your Match, with Wonder serving as co-writer all 3 songs. Signed, Sealed, Delivered. The following year saw the release of My Cherie and More with the romantic top 5 pop and R&B title ballad, as well as the top 5 R&B Yester Me, Yester You, Yesterday. Wonder will remain consistent hitmaker over the next 2 decades, with the artist co-producing the 1970 Signed, Sealed, Delivered. The album featured number 1 R&B track title track and topped the 5-year cover of the Beatles' We Can Work It Out. The 1970s, an acclaimed decade. What did I say? Acclaimed decade. Okay, that's what I meant to say. Due to the part in it talent, but also because of his deep commitment to his craft, Wonder faced difficulty staying relevant as a musician as he grew from boy to man, and his voice matured into a shining tenor. In 1971, Wonder negotiated a new contract with Motown that gave him almost total control over his records and greatly increased his royalty rate. It was unprecedented concession by Gordy, but artistically just what Wonder needed. As the 1970s unfolded, the musician went through a rapid period of production. 1971, Where I Come From, with its groovy top singles, If You Really Mudly, marked the first time Wonder had writing or co-writing credits for every song on the album. In 1972, Music of the Mind offered top 20 R&B top 20 slash top 40 single Superwoman, Where Were You When I Needed You, and emotionally jazz soul operas, and highlight Warner's pioneering and synchronized electronic sounds. Superstition and You Are the Sunshine of My Life. His 1972 album Talking Book offered two number one hits, The Jaunty Formagen Superstition and You Are the Sunshine of My Life, and Smile Due Late to the Love and Simplified Wonders, Abilities, and Romantics. Intervisions. Next up was Intervisions, a melodic concept that was sustainably introspective, critical, and full of wit. The record featured two socially conscious number one R&B hits, Higher Ground and Living for the City, as well as the humorous Don't You Worry About a Thing, which reached number 2 on the R&B charts. All reached singles farewell on the pop charts as well. Fulfilling this first finale. Reached after Warner had survived a serious car accident that left him in a coma, displayed his trademark odes to romance and beauty, while also looking at squarely at spirituality and death. Warner created a song that railed against rich niggas. You Haven't Done Nothing reached number 1 on both the pop and R&B charts, features at Jackson 5. Sexy Boogie on the Reggae Woman went to number 1 on the pop charts as well, while the album Creep in It, They Won't Go When I Will Go will eventually be covered by Luther Vandross and Joyce Michael respectively. Now, interesting, y'all, they got a link to you go to George Michael so, but not a link on this biography to Luther Vandross. So, okay, let me keep going. Songs in the Kink of Life. Even with the array of accomplishments, it was the double album LP set Songs in the Key of Life that many had held as Warner's most legendary project and one of the greatest records of all time. Offering a rich span of songs and generous fusions at plenty, songs cover everything from ethnic diversity in the U.S. and fantastic utopian communities and eventual relationship and transcendent love. Songs had two pop and R&B number 1 singles, both up-tempo, the Duke Ellington tribute Sir Duke, and the back in the day I Wish. Wonder had additional top 40 hits with Another Star and Ass, with the harmoniculating Isn't She Lovely, though not a charting single, nevertheless a radio mainstay as her cherished birth of a daughter. During this era, Warner was working with other artists as well, including Minnie Riperton, God rest her soul, the mother of Maya Rhythm. They ain't got a link to Minnie Riperton? And the band Rufus, and Shaka Khan was heard on the Runner's Pen Top 5 track, Tell Me Something Good. Okay, let me stop. Over the years, other artists struck gold with Wonder's rings as scenes with God rest his soul, of course, Aretha Franklin's number 1 R&B cover, Till You Come Back to Me, That's What I'm Gonna Do. An array of honors. Wonder captured 15 Grammy Awards during this decade with Intervisions for Villain's first finale and Songs of the Key of Life, each recognized as the Album of the Year. Journey Through the Secret Life of Plants. Those incredible lofty standards, the 1980s were as nearly successful for Wonder. Still, he continued to be a huge musical force. He ended the 70s with a double album, Journey Through the Life of Plants, a avant-garde for unreleased documentary, featured the top 5 in R&B ballad, Send One Your Love, Hotter Than July. 80s Hotter Than July was a more sunken, like I said, I'll be messing up words. Tell y'all, sorry about that. Commercial failed with the diss track All I Do, as well as the number 1 R&B Master Blaster Gem, and a reggae influence tribute to Mark Barley, and the top 5 R&B country influence I Ain't Gonna Stand For. By the way, just to let y'all know, remember, if y'all remember the Clark sisters, Twinkie, that's where she got inspired to do the song You Are the Sunshine song, and that's got inspired was from the Master Blaster. Ebony and Arby, 1982, wanted to team up with the ex-Speedo Paul McCarthy for the number 1 U.S. and UK single Ebony and Arby. This whole promotion of Harvey was featured in the Montgomery album Tug of War. Original Musicarium 1. The same year, Wonder had also released his greatest hit compilation, Original Musicarium First, which featured number 1 R&B and top 5 pop single, That Girl, as well as additional hits, Rhythm in the Sky, and I Do, featured Dipsy Gipsy. I Just Called to Say I Love You. In 1984, Wonder released the soundtrack for Gene Wilder's, God rest his soul, film, The Woman in Red, which featured contributions from Dionne Warwick as well as the top 5 R&B Love, Light and Fight, and the massive #1 pop single I Just Called to Say I Love You. I saw Green Wilder pass you. If you know Green Wilder, he used to work with everybody. Me from Richard Pryor, they've been in a couple films together. He also, if y'all ever seen Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory, not the one John Jett, but the original one, he was Willy Wonka. Okay. So much of Wonder's work, the song appealed to a wide audience, paving the way for it to become Motown's biggest international hit of all time. The single also won Wonder an Academy Award for Best Original Song. Part-time lover. Okay. Wonder released his next album, Square Circle, in 1985, which featured the historic track Part-Time Lover, the first song to ever reach #1 on the pop and R&B and adult contemporary and dance charts. Woo! That was almost a tongue twister. Characters. The album Characters was released 2 years later, featuring #1 R&B hit Skeletons and You Will Know. In 1989, Wonder was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Jungle Fever. Remember that soundtrack, y'all? Wonder continued his soundtrack contributions to work with the 1991 Spike Lee film Jungle Fever, starring Wesley Snipes and Annabelle Scoretta. For the Jungle Fever soundtrack, Wonder composed 10 top R&B singles: I Gotta Have You, Fun Day, and These 3 Words. Conservation Peace. A few years later, Wonder released a Conservation Peace as his first single. The Easy Going For Your Love reached the top 20 R&B and earned 2 Grammys in 1996. The same year, he released a he received the Lifetime Achievement Award. Work. In addition to acclaimed artistry, Wonder has routinely tackled social issues through his music and appearances. He successfully spearhead a movement to create a national recognizing the birthday of Martin Luther King Jr., a celebration he sang about on the track Happy Birthday. Oh, sorry, I couldn't help it. From the holiday July, Happy Birthday became a major UK hit as well, reaching #2. Wonder had dedicated his Oscar win to anti-apartheid activist future President Nelson Mandela and had performed the #1 charity single We Are the World to raise money for famine relief in Africa. And That's What Friends Are For, with Roderick, Elton John, and Gladys Knight benefiting the American Foundation for AIDS Research, AMFAR. Wonder has also been a long-time advocate for improving services for the blind and those with disabilities. In connection with International Day for Persons with Disabilities, he was named a United Nations Messenger of Peace in 2009. In 2013, Wonder continued his advocacy work when he announced that he would make a good on his promise to foreign concert and market for negotiations from the World Intellectual Property Organization, where they agreed on an international treaty providing blind and visually impaired individuals around the world more access to books. Honors. Following a 10-year hiatus, Wonder released a well-received Time to Love in 2005 with the guest appearance from Indra Reed, Dougie Fresh, McCartney, Bonnie Raitt, and Prince, among others. Wonder also put out the concert DVD Live at Last, A Wonder Summer Night, in 2009. In 2014, Wonder received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from President Barack Obama. The following year, the singer-songwriter musician was paid tribute by a plethora of performances on the telecast Stevie Wonder Songs of Life, an all-star Grammy salute recognizing his classic 1976 album. Later, music. Wonder occasionally suffers with new music as he progressed through his late 60s, recording a Golden Globe-nominated single, Faith, with Ariana Grande in 2016, as well as the song Future Sunny Day, specifically written for the 2018 finale of the hit series Scandal. Personal life. Wonder married fellow Motown singer-songwriter Sarita Wright in 1970, divorcing 2 years later. The Skillilicious She worked with Wonder on hits like Signs to Deliver I'm Yours and If You Really Love Me, while he worked with Wright on her albums Sarita 1972 and Stevie Wonder Presents Sarita 1974. Aww. Wright died of cancer in 2004. I rest her soul as well. Wonder had his first child, Aisha, with Yolanda Sims in 1975. His daughter was the inspiration, Isn't She Lovely? The couple had a son, Keita, who was born in 1977. In 1983, he had a son, Mutaz, with Melody McCauley. Wonder had a daughter, Sophia, and son, Kwame, with a woman whose name has not been publicized. Wonder has married Carrie Miller Morris in 2001. The couple had two sons, Khaled and Amelda, before the divorce was finalized in 2015. Meanwhile, Wonder began a relationship with Tomika Robinson Bracey. The couple had two children before tying the knot in 2017. Okay. Well, anyway, y'all, I'm done with that. Dang, I made this almost kind of almost my usual 40 thing. Well, hugs and loves, God bless. I'm sorry for, the anger and maybe the little profanity at the beginning, but it needed to be told. And like I said, hope it justice. I hope Stevie Wonder enjoys his day. Hugs, much of love, y'all. God bless. Stay safe. Wash those hands. So, I'm about to finally get out of here. Like I said, hugs and love and positive vibes and everything, y'all. And like I said again, condolences to Kelvin from the Skorpion show for him and his family in the passing of Mama Skorpion. God rest her soul and so forth. And like I said, Alonzo, and like I said, again, been 6 years as been an angel. And like I said, happy birthday to Stevie Wonder, and have joy to be justice served for Breonna Taylor and for the rest of her family. And this needs to stop, y'all. Our lives do matter. Okay. But anyway, y'all, hugs and loves. God bless. I will see y'all tomorrow. So take care, y'all. Y'all stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your Wild Wednesday. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, 9.9 out of 10, unless something random comes up again. But y'all see me tomorrow. Okay then, y'all. Y'all take care. And I'll see y'all next one. Virtual hugs and loves. Let's get it one more time in. Take care. Now, let me get out of here.